So we got Thunderbaked right here, and Thunderbaked is dirty because it's Thunderbaked. And I need to get the fenders re-cleared before Autorama. So I'll probably start doing that here soon because, let's see, this fender is fine. It's just that fender that needs re-clearing. But it is dirty as dirty can get. So, but the plan for today is to get this motor up high enough so that way we can do the freeze plug on it today. Because we're coming up to the point where we need to start doing stuff on this car. So, because since Ashley's car's been getting all the love that it needs, it's time for this one to shine, quite literally. And then we got poor Death Machine back here. Poor baby. It absolutely, like, the splitter is broken. Tires are absolutely flat on front and rear. Poor girl. It needs some love, like extreme love. It's bad. Luckily I've got new wheels for this car, so this car will be getting some love here soon. But I've also got new wheels for this car too. So, well, I wouldn't say they're new to me. So shout out to Brian Estes for that. Well, this car is technically getting two sets of wheels. So you guys will see what we have planned for that. These wheels won't even be on the car. So, but the tire, they'll have the same tires, just different wheels. So I'm excited to see how you guys like that. But I think it'll look good. But yeah, everything is just in disarray right now. But so speaking of stuff that's for sale, I got a ton of welding stuff here that's for sale. Welding blankets, welding rods, stick rods, TIG torches. I got a full-on welder over there. It's a Miller dial arc welder. Thing's absolutely bitching. I just don't have the stuff here to do it. I got a Dodge Slant 6 here that's for sale. So trying to sell that, and I've got just a ton of stuff. This DPF system I'm actually selling today to a guy. So this is the DPF system off of Chernobyl, my old 2013 Platinum that I used to have. But yeah, poor Death Machine. It's definitely seen better days, but yeah, it's a sad little girl. And so is Thunderbaked. Thunderbaked's just dirty, but I need to get Thunderbaked moved so I can pull the truck in here to load that DPF system, and I'm gonna move it before I start tearing into it. So yeah. All right, guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. So we are actually down at my shop in Mapleton. So this is the first time I've ever shot a video here. Full disclosure, I'm sorry for the mess. Currently in the process of selling a ton of stuff out of here. So if any of you are interested in anything that's down here, actually, let me know. But this is currently where I'm keeping Thunderbaked and Death Machine. And let's just say I haven't been down here in a while, and it looks incredibly sad down here, like incredibly sad. And let me show you what I got going on. How we doing, you guys? We're back down at the shop. We got something special for you today. Well, I guess this will be a few days, but so as you've seen from the last video or the video before that, Burn and Love interior is done, and so that means that we can start working on Thunderbaked back there. Yeah, so Thunderbaked just coming up to the house, and Burn and Love is now here down at the shop. So here we go. Autorama crunch time has now begun. We are almost 1 month away from Autorama. 1 month. And I still have to pull the motor on that, do a freeze plug, and repaint the fenders. Hell yeah! Excuse me. That was a good sneeze. That was a really good sneeze. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting. That's for sure. We'll be cutting it close. Yeah, so I'm excited to see it all done. So stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, we are back. Today, we will be fixing this mess that ends up leading to this mess, and then it leads to this little mess right here. So the plan is for today is to re-clear coat those spots. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to mask off this area right here, mask off the top of the fin, and just go mask and just do this area right here, and then do the same thing on this side, do just this area right here. And then when it comes to the fender, I'm kind of in a predicament because the fender doesn't have, you know, it's not like a usual car like over here on Francine, where if I just wanted to, I could just go here down and just do the fender, right? Where this car is a little bit different. This car is a unibody car, so you can't pull the fenders off. So there's no real thing. So I may just end up clear coating the whole front end. Just doing a whole another clear on top of, on the front end, which might end up happening. So I might end up clearing this too, just to make more preventative maintenance on this, because this might end up bubbling too at some point. So I might just do that too, because when we cleared it the first time, we didn't, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't really there, but we couldn't get the grease pulled out of the fenders. So all those lubes from pulling the motor and stuff out of the fenders. So the plan is to sand this down, but just do the top part of the fender, not the whole thing. So we just go down here and probably cut into here, or maybe do this whole thing and just end here. So we do here, over, and on top of the fender, since this is an edge right here that we can work off of. So probably just do here, over, and then do the tops of the fenders and so on and so forth. So yeah, so the plan is to just hit it probably with some 400 grit, and then go back over with 1,000 grit, or maybe just 400, because the 400 will bring out more of the color and get it down to a little bit more of a bare metal look, which kind of is kind of cool. So yeah, the plan is to do that. And then but today, I don't know if you noticed, with the white truck in the background, old radio girl there, we have a little car cruise going on today. So plan is to get that sanded before I have to go to that. And Ashley is currently in the Bronco because she is at a nail appointment, and she'll end up meeting us up there. So maybe I'll put some footage in of that cruise too, but or make a whole new video of that, just a little YouTube short of that one, which might end up happening. So we'll see what ends up happening. But on a different note, I bought a new buffer yesterday, and I got the fender on Francine looking pretty, like real pretty. And the hood, part of the hood too, because I'm going to end up buffing out this whole car and getting it ready to sell. So yeah, look at the difference between nice and buffed and not nice and buffed. Nice and buffed, not nice and buffed. But anyways, that's what we got working on today. So, and by the way, I don't know if you realized, but this is what we're going to do for wheels on the car. So we're going to put these Kragers on the fronts, because as you've seen in the last video, the 15 by 10s, which are back there, they did not fit because the wheel well's not cut for it, and the offset on that 15 by 10 is so heavy, it's just not going to work. So the plan is to throw the 15 by 8s up front, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to leave the blue wheels on the rear or do the polished wheels on the rear. I haven't fully decided that yet. I might just say screw it and leave the blue wheels on the back, because it kind of flows with the theme of the back end of the car, because it's more rusty back here, where up here has the big ass chrome bumper, so it kind of fits the Kragers a little more. So, but tell me what you think. What would you do for Autorama? Would you leave the blue wheels on it for Autorama? Or would you put the Kragers on the front and leave the blues? Or put the Kragers on the front and do like the polished dish that I have before on the car. So yeah, tell me what you would do. Just put it in the comments below and let me know what you would do. So let's get to sanding on this. All right, so we got that sanded down. We got the front end sanded down how we wanted it to be sanded. So that way we can get ready to do clear. And then we got this all sanded down. Then I also decided for the door that's in the trunk of this car, that because I've been needing to get this clear coated for a while. So I decided that I'm just gonna say screw it and do it as well. Cause it yeah, it needs some clear, because this is a very important piece, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. So I didn't know if the time lapse was able to get up. So that door is in memory of Big Al. He was a really amazing guy. I unfortunately only got to meet him once at the Delta Car Show in 2020, but he was a huge part of the Utah car community up here. He was a really good guy, and you know, smiles everywhere he went. And he had a pretty good car collection. Not pretty good. He had a really good car collection. But the one that I know of the most is a 55 Chevy. It's black. I've actually ceramic coated it. The new owners that have it had me ceramic coat it, and I did it in memory of him, memory of Big Al. And then at that same show that I ceramic coated the car at, Lily auctioned off this door for Big Al, and I got it. And so, because I thought it would fit well with the car, and with Big Al's memory. So yeah, I decided to get the door. But the thing is the reason why the plaque is now off of the door is because they got the death date wrong. He didn't die on his birthday. I think he died a little bit after his birthday. But I'm planning on going to Jelsko Awards and Signs in Harrisville and getting a new one of those made before Autorama. And I'm gonna have Pat Brown, who you know, he was dating at the time. She's gonna be the one that's gonna put it on in memory of him. So yeah, I'm gonna clear coat this door so that way it stays like this and it stays nice. So yeah, it says Big Al's Garage and Friends Family Fun in Delta, Utah. And because we did it at the Delta show, and it was an amazing event. So this will get clear coated as well. I may just say screw it and clear coat over it, because I don't want any of the pinstriping and anything to come off. But this door is to a 55 Chevy, so that is pretty cool. So, but yeah, I'll be clear coating this as well, so that way it stays nice. But yeah, so now I just got to mask off and get everything clear. All right, so we are back from the little cruise that we were on. Ashley drove the Bronco. It was a good time. I drove the truck. Both did absolutely amazing. So now we're back doing this. I already have this masked off. Don't judge. Paper towels are the pinnacle of paint masking. So yes, but forgot to start the time lapse of this. So you're gonna enjoy the nice time lapse of me doing the front end and the other side. So yeah, and probably watch her in the background.
Just sit here probably.
It's fine because she's much more better looking than I am, so it's fine. All right, after a little bit of an intermission, because you've probably seen in the time lapse, a little bit of an intermission. You might see it's almost sunset now. And we finally got the car masked off. And my little helper here. You're such a good little helper. So, it's a little bit of an intermission we had. Finally was able to get it masked off and everything. So, as you can see, the different areas that we're going to clear here. Front end, these back pieces, the door obviously, and then this piece right here. So all right, so we got it cleared, and that looks absolutely amazing. Like, this is probably the best it's looked cleared. Like, that's damn. And the cool thing is the old clear, once it came off, you could see, well, where the old clear was, and it laid, and since I laid clear over it, that'll stay like that, and I think that looks so freaking sweet. So, and plus this all looks super good as well, super shiny. And then the door, probably the most important thing, looks great as well. It's all nice and shiny. You can see my reflection in it. Hi. Yeah, it looks so killer. So I'm excited. It almost looks as good as your car. Yep. Almost. Just needs interior work, but I mean, it almost looks as good as your car. But it's fine. So we're gonna get all this unwrapped. My phone's about to die, so we'll get back with you tomorrow when I do the freeze plug on it, and so you'll get to see what it looks like. Oh, nice and cleared. So see you tomorrow. All right, guys, how we doing? Good morning. Well, I guess first I'll start off by showing you how beautiful the clear is. Look at that shine. Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is also absolutely gorgeous. Love the little patina work on this now. It is freaking sweet. Whoops. Yeah, look how gorgeous that is. But anyways, back to working on Thunderbaked again. And today we're doing the freeze plug on it. And if you didn't watch the first video about me diagnosing this car, where the leak was, the coolant leak was, there is a little freeze plug. So I'll probably end up taking the manifold off, the exhaust manifold off. Because if I can pull that off, then it's a little easier to pull the motor mount off. Because the leak is behind the motor mount on that freeze plug. And it's kind of a mess to get to. So you kind of have to jack the car up a little bit. You know, it's kind of a mess. Jack the car up so you can get under it, and jack the motor up so you can get the motor mount out, and it's kind of a mess. But I guess we shall see how this ends up working. Because the plan is to get this fixed today and put coolant in it and see how it cools and see how, you know. And the plan also today is to get the brakes a little bit more adjusted on it, so that way we can get a little bit more drivability out of it. And yeah, so and probably get a little bit more timing in the distributor too, because it runs like garbage as of right now compared to Ashley's car, burn and love. So throw some more timing in it and get it running a little bit better and go from there. So yeah. Alright, so I'll show you what we got going on now. So now I have everything torn out. I got the motor mount out, I got the exhaust manifold out, so now I'll show you what we got going on. So it's probably easier to look from this side maybe, but we've got a freeze plug that has got a hole in it. It is right there. And so the plan is now I need to, if I can get this to focus. So the plan is now is I need to pound it out and get it, nice and clean, so that way I can put in the new one, because the new one is a rubber one that widens and all that fun stuff. It's kind of frowned upon to put one of those in, but I mean, this motor, the freeze plug will probably outlive the motor, and that's saying something, because the motor will probably get pulled and get rebuilt sometime soon anyways. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that. So, and it just has to make sure, I just have to make sure it fits behind the motor mount, because that's also the hard part. So yeah, I just got to pound that out and put the new one in. So yeah, here we go. Well, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is you know, Thunderbaked might be getting a new motor rebuild and everything. And well, the bad news is this motor is so packed full of rust that I literally can't get the freeze plug out, because it just has crumbled into pieces. And when I was able to put a hole in it, I put my finger up through it, and it just was packed full of rust. Like, packed full of rust. Like, I don't know if you can see, but that's all rust that came out of the freeze plug. Like, rust, just gunk and junk and everything unky just came out of that. So yeah, bad news is, you know, I guess it's just all bad news that Thunderbaked's getting a new motor, and it's, you know, this. Because, you know, in order to even pull the freeze plug out now, I need to pull the motor out. I might as well just put a new motor in it, because there's no reason to put a freeze plug in a motor that's full of rust. And yeah, so the good thing is this car will still run, and this car still will go to Autorama. This car show season will just be really short with this car, or I'll just have to tow it everywhere. So, but yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. But now you'll get to watch me put this all back together again, and then and yeah, so everything back together. Yeah, so now we get to just mosey on down and figure out, yeah, so. We also had someone join us. Ashley decided to join us this beautiful day. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell her to move because I'm gonna back this car right up in there. But it's fine. Everything's fine. So I realized when I was editing this video, I forgot to film an outro. So here's the outro. Thank you guys for following along with the build of this car. And mainly the build of all the other cars. Besides that one really hasn't been doing anything. But thank you guys for coming along with the build of this car. And not a lot happened. I mean, the big thing was the clear coating yesterday. But I mean, and we did realize, you know, that this motor is kind of shit. But you know what? That's fine. That just means that we have more content to film in the future of this car. So next time you'll see this car is at Autorama, and I think it'll be a really, really good time. So yeah, just thank you guys, and make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. That'd be great. But so yeah, so thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one, which will probably be that car back there. See you guys.